Hey everyone, it's Colette. I wanted to go live and talk about making a choice. So, what do I mean by that? So, we have to, as midlife women, and some of the people in this group are maybe not midlife. I have other people that are in the group that aren't midlife that are dealing with some of the same issues because maybe they've had a hysterectomy or other things such as mold that disrupts your hormones, kind of sometimes sends the hormones into havoc in many ways, are in this group too, or other gut health issues. So we're all in the same thing. Hi, Beth. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Um, but oftentimes we have to make a choice, and the choice is not always easy. And I always say, choose your heart. And ironically, my 15-year-old daughter made herself a bracelet, which I'm literally thinking about offering to people because it's so cute. That said, I can do hard things. And she put it on her wrist um, because sometimes it's hard to do hard things, right? And we've got to make a choice and choose our hard. And it's about making the choice in the right direction. So it can be hard to sit with unwanted frustration and symptoms because things are not moving along the way you want to, that you're not losing the weight, you're in pain, you're having symptoms like not sleeping through the night, your energy is depleted. That is hard. That is super hard to deal with that ongoing. What's also hard and is to make the lifestyle changes you need to make, to choose to eat the foods that are going to balance your hormones, or choose foods that are going to help your body detoxify from mold or from candida, SIBO. Depending on what you're doing, the foods are different. I even have my dad is going through immunotherapy right now, and there's foods that you can use for that too, to help recover quicker. So it's hard to stay stuck in those symptoms, but it's equally hard to change our habits, right? To make those choices. So you have to choose which hard you want. And that's a really interesting thought, right? Is to choose our hard, that we have that choice that we can make every single day. So some of you may not know, I was on vacation and I have an existing knee injury from many years ago that was kind of inconclusive. That a couple MRIs were done. They couldn't figure out what was going on. And the doctor said, if I open up your knee and I'm wrong, I've broken the seal. So you're just wait until there's a huge issue. Well, it has not slowed me down, maybe a little bit. And I continue to walk. I continue to work out. I continue to lift weights. I continue to do squats. Well, I was visiting my brother and I could tell something was going on. I actually tried to pull myself up from the car he had was a little bit higher off the ground, and I tried to pull myself up and I could tell my knee wasn't loving it. Should have said something, I didn't. Hindsight is 2020. And I could feel it getting worse. So while I was there, I was out of my routine. So I decided to swim laps. I made a choice. I could either be sedentary and not feel great or move. They didn't do a lot of getting out and things like that. So I chose, I'm like, what do I do? So I'll swim laps. And I did some yoga. I could tell not doing the weightlifting was taking a little bit of a hit. We went on vacation for 2 weeks in Hilton Head, and I was walking on the beach. I could start to tell in the airport when we flew in and that my knee was starting to bother me. And over time, it started getting a little bit worse. I was walking on the beach every day, and that felt great. I did that for my gut health. That was a choice, and it was a very intentional choice. My knee felt great. Sorry about that. I also know that walking on the beach is very good for stabilizing your knees, your joints, very good on your joints. Did a lot of walking. Very also good for your hormones, for your gut. There's a lot of research behind that. If you can watch some of my other videos that I go into more in-depth choice. But I made that choice every morning, even though my knee was hurting, because I knew that would push me closer to feeling well. So that was an intentional choice. It wasn't an easy choice because I was a little bit sore, but it was an intentional choice. My knees started getting worse when I was walking on land, to the point that there were some days, and I was on vacation, so I was like, I don't want to sit around, that I was limping, and it was starting to hurt and starting to swell. So my family was going on, and I always do stand-up paddleboarding, and I was a little bummed they went. I went ahead and booked it for them, but I made the intentional choice to rehab my knee. And I'm actually going to be doing a course on it, on how to get out of pain, because I now created a protocol for it. But I rehabbed my knee on vacation. I was in a lot of pain, not able to walk, and completely rehabbed it to the point now that I'm back to doing squats. I'm back to lifting weights. I'm back to climbing in a local park up a hill with zero pain. But those were intentional choices. It was all hard work because I had to intentionally do the same thing every day to rehab my knee. I had to do the same thing to start feeling good. But I knew, and I could tell in the beginning, if I was moving, it hurt. After a while, when I was moving, it actually, when I wasn't moving, it started hurting. So as we age, we need to move our bodies. I mean, our bodies are designed to move. If we don't move them enough, we can also feel it. We can get stiffer. I could tell there was a big difference when I wasn't lifting weights. My body wasn't ready for it, but I knew that I needed to start doing some hills, some inclines, doing more yoga. So it was very intentional. And some days it would start hurting. So I would do my protocol that I put together, that I just kind of layered, and then it would start feeling good. So then I would start moving again and try something else. And over time, by the end of my vacation, I was able to walk with no pain. I was able to do stairs, 3 flights of stairs I did. My knee was the same, but it no longer hurt. It was no longer inflamed like it was. I mean, I still have an injury, but I was fine. I was able to do what I needed to do and still be fine. So many times it's the choices we're making. It's the food we're eating. It's the choices we're making either to turn towards feeling better, towards wellness and further away from disease, or towards dis-ease or disease and further away from wellness. So that choice is ours, that we make every single day. And they're all hard choices, right? None of them are easy. Usually the easiest thing isn't always the thing we want to do. It's very easy to go out and have ice cream every night. It's very easy to find fast food and go eat it. It's very easy to splurge on the weekend, to not be aware of what you're eating. It's a lot harder to be aware and to be intentional and to think through, how do I want to feel? How do I want my routine to go? How do I want my morning to go? And that's what I work with people all the time on. I have a course that I've created that's an 8-week course, kind of turns it into a 6-month course with group coaching. If you want information on that, say course below. But I also work with people one-on-one. And I work with people that, need to take the Dutch test or want to see what their hormones look like. But the idea is intentionality, and the idea is, what choice do you want to make every day that's going to help you feel better? So if that goal, and if you've done a Well Life Vision Board, if you haven't done one, get with me. I can help you kind of guide you through creating one that works for you. I have mine here. I have not looked at it every day, but I already know what it says because I looked at it so often that it's already ingrained in my mind that these things have already come true. Shockingly, something I put on my Well Life vision board, and I made the choice again to make one from 2 years ago. I didn't put it on there the last year, and it's now coming to fruition. I could not believe it because it's in my mind. Making that choice to look at something like this and hanging it on the wall, that's a choice. Writing down the same routine and making sure you take the supplements or take what you need to make your body feel well. Making sure that you're feeding your body the right foods. I mean, it can be super easy to just go and eat lots of carbohydrates, but what's hard is to sit with what it does to your body as a midlife woman or older, what it does to you, or if you're dealing with any hormonal symptoms and you're not midlife. Hey, it's Colette again. I literally lost the connection. Took me a while to get it back. So thanks for bearing with me. We were talking about making the choices and choosing your hard, right? So here's one thing I want to talk to you a little bit about is that in our 40s plus 50s, our bodies are changing and we have unwelcome symptoms. It's not about managing your symptoms. It's an understanding about the many ways your body's drastically changing, including the things you can't see or feel. What that means for your overall health, what that means for your energy, what that means, and what you can do to support your true wellness for the remainder of your life. And that's what I really work on. And I work on all the hard stuff. So if you haven't watched that about choosing your hard, I just went live on that and it should have saved it. I literally abruptly got the video ended. But choosing hard things every day is choosing to stay stuck, choosing to stay not feeling good. That's hard too. But if we choose to turn towards wellness, if we choose to focus on vitality and choose to focus on our overall health, we're going to have a better life in midlife and beyond, in 50s, 60s, 70s. This is when we're seeing a lot of the disease happening, and so much of it is related to hormone imbalance and gut health. Those are the two major factors. And so many of the things that I had experienced was related to that as well, which is why I decided to focus on this. So you have to make that choice today, and it doesn't have to be today, but make that choice to say, do I want to choose to continue to do the hard things such as staying feeling unwell, staying feeling stuck and frustrated, staying feeling like I can't lose weight, I can't get my hormones balanced, I can't sleep, I don't have energy. Do you want to stay stuck because that's hard? Or do you want to do the harder things such as work with me to help start feeling better, to start getting your energy back, to start getting your gut health back on track, to start sleeping better, to get rid of some of these unwanted symptoms? So what do you want to do today? And that's your choice. It's always your choice. And I always make it your choice, and I always focus on the positive. But we all have those choices. So if you want to work with me so that you can choose the other hard, drop a comment below. I still have space to work with people one-on-one. And then I have an 8-week that can turn into a 6-month group coaching program that you can be a part of too. Everything is not easy. The easy way out is not always the route you want because it's not going to set you up for a long time. We can put Band-Aids on things all the time. And we've all done it, right? Well, I'll do this for 30 days. And then after 30 days, it's like, oh yeah, I lost the weight. And then I'm going to go back to the other way of eating. But what's harder is to have that consistency so that your life changes and then you don't have to diet anymore. And you kind of know how to eat and kind of know how to deal with your energy for life. I will tell you, I sleep 8 to 10 hours now. Like literally. I remember when I used to wake up throughout the night. On occasion, I'll have that rare time, and it's not normal. That used to be normal for me, and that was hard. Okay. Yes, it was a little bit hard to figure out how to change those habits, but I know how to do that now. So you have that choice, and the choice is, and I'd love for you to drop below, what heart are you going to choose? And I'd love to hear your comments on this today. Okay. And your honesty. There is absolutely zero judgment in this group. And anybody who works with me know, zero judgment. I take you from where you are to where you want to be. So if you want help, drop below, but I'd love to know your takeaway from this or the video where I got cut off earlier. Okay. Have a great day. Hi, Terry.